Wrestling Break. Welcome back to NJPW. It's Mike Josh Pro Wrestling, one of the beloved bit brands behind patreon.com/J0SHC. It is, as the name implies, Mike and Josh talking about New Japan Pro Wrestling. And in this case, their crown jewel, their biggest offering. And not only in the sense that it is Wrestle Kingdom season, in the sense that their top guy, arguably ever, certainly of the last 16 years, is retiring at Wrestle Kingdom 20. Of course, I am Josh Custodio, joined by the M in MJPW, Hotel Mira's bass player, my dear brother, Mike Noble, wearing a styling piece of clothing here, and it matches your styling hat. You're sort of dripped out, I would say. You're throwing a fit.
Trying. Yeah, I dug this out. I got this at the... Also, hello, what's up? I got this at, like, the Tokudan shop in Tokyo. Which is basically just like a vintage store of like old school wrestling clothing. If you're listening on audio for some reason, I'm wearing like a All Japan 1994 First Stampede Rally Final shirt. So the quick story is that it's an amazing store with a bunch of like vintage wrestling t-shirts, but you can't try anything on. So I'm just like guessing to see if it fits, and I had to dig this out anyways. But
that's such
glad to be here.
That's such a bad curse for a store to have, especially in Japan, because nothing fit me correctly in Japan. The XLs, they think if you're an XL in Japan, they're like, you're 5 foot tall and the fattest guy ever. That's what they think XL is. It's both too wide and way too short on me. But I did that Eddie Kingston shirt. Actually, you got me that, didn't you? The Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, the G1 shirt? One.
That shirt is probably my best fitting t-shirt, and it's a Japanese XL. So I don't know what they did to that one, but do that one again anyway. T-shirt talk.
The magic is weird. It's a weird magic over there for sizing. But thank you for the fit check, the fit compliment.
Mike, I see a lot of consternation, a lot of hullabaloo, a lot of negativity surrounding Wrestle Kingdom 20's card. And on one hand, I do understand it, more from a missing pieces, who's not there standpoint. But as I look this card up and down, I borderline love it. And if you add on the addition that we're getting Hiroshi Tanahashi's retirement and that it's only a one-night card, I can be brought to love this. We're getting back to one-night Wrestle Kingdom with something gigantic on top. So what I want to ask you is, before we get into any of the minutiae of the card, any of the details, talk about any of the matches, have you seen this negativity surrounding Wrestle Kingdom 20? How do you feel about it? And how do you feel about the return to one-night Wrestle Kingdom? I know last year was Wrestle Kingdom and Wrestle Dynasty, so not really two-night Wrestle Kingdom, but everybody knows what I mean.
Yeah, spiritually, it was 2 nights last year. I have seen the discourse, and I do agree with, honestly, a lot of it. But I think when you put it in context of Tanahashi's retirement, and because like when you think of what this show means in the grand scheme of New Japan and Japanese pro wrestling as a whole, like, it's the first Tokyo Dome sellout in like God knows how long.
They're saying the first ever.
By God, I mean, yeah,
where it's like sold out in the sense of like, we cannot get another seat in this building. The dome is, because
which we tried.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. A venue sellout can mean so many things.
Yeah, exactly. But so if you look at that under that scope, where it's like, okay, you're gonna have the most eyes on your product ever. This is probably gonna be the most like Western tuned in Wrestle Kingdom in quite a while, probably since Wrestle Kingdom 12, the Jericho
since 12,
one.
Yeah. Maybe Omega Tanahashi still had some of the rub at 13, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but so from there, you're kind of like, okay, what do? We're gonna showcase our new guys. Like, we have to get our Tsujis on the card, which is Shota Umino. Like, let's showcase what New Japan is all about. But they aren't doing that. Like, usually, like, there's a historic junior heavyweight a junior heavyweight title match, not on the card. You know,
no, we do. They did add one. We do have a junior heavyweight title match now.
No, we don't.
Oh, sorry, you're right. Not for the title. It's like a contendership. Right.
Yeah, which is weird, right?
Super weird.
All that said, given the context that was later revealed that it's going to be broadcast across Japan, and it's the first Wrestle Kingdom that they're fitting into TV time slots, the card does come into like it does make a bit more sense as to why they're doing things the way that they're doing, because we're also used to like Wrestle Kingdom 12, as we are mentioning, we're like that was like a 6 hour 7 hour card, and we were there for it, and it went by and like it felt like it was like half an hour. It was so
Blink of an
good.
eye.
But all that said, I think they're fitting it all into 3.5 hours this year. Like that's the time slot that they've been given. So with that, I get it.
And I do agree, and I'm willing to meet you, them halfway, that all of that is putting a bit of an anchor on this show. You can tell what they're booking for. This is the Tanahashi show with eyeballs on Aaron Wolf show. And in
Mm-hmm.
my opinion, even though it seems like the picks are going the other way, we get the IWGP title back in house. Like that,
Yeah.
those are the stated goals of this one. Because there's no question. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Goto not being on this card, baffling.
Yeah.
Uemura, Shooter, Renarita, not having like they're on the card in part, some of them, but not in big feature matches. True also for David Finlay and Gabe Kidd, both who seem to be on the way out the door.
Yeah.
But I
Tag
get.
titles not defended.
Oh, I mean that's a huge piss off.
Mm-hmm.
The Knockout Bros versus Zack Sabre Jr. and Oiwa would have been a monster add to this
Yeah.
card for me. But I can still look up and down this card and be really excited for January 4th, January 3rd here on the West Coast, the best coast. We get to watch this at 11 p.m. together. That's a nice treat for us.
Sick.
And maybe we'll do a review of it the next day as well. That seems very likely. So let's get into it. But let's start with a 1-7 score, Mike. Your excitement for Wrestle Kingdom 20.
I'd say like 5.5.
And a 6 from me. So we're relatively in a similar. If Tanahashi was off this card, I think both of our scores plummet.
Yeah.
It is indeed about the ace. So let's start there. The Continental Classic finalist, Kazuchika Okada, pins the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, Konosuke Takeshita, in the semifinals of that tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And then goes on to challenge Hiroshi Tanahashi in his retirement match at Wrestle Kingdom. Mike, who are you picking to win this match? And is there anything we can glean from Okada, Takeshita in the C2 that helps inform this decision?
So I am picking Hiroshi Tanahashi to win. And I do think a lot of it has to do with like for lack of a better comparison, and by lack of a better comparison, it's the obvious comparison in my mind, but you compare this retirement run to John Cena's retirement run, which was it's just unquestionable. Like Cena's retirement run was botched, like completely. It just like fell on its face. It was not good. You got some feel good moments near the end when they would realize that it just needed to be simple. But I think this is a time for New Japan to be like, well, Tanahashi is effectively our Cena for the exact same amount of time that Cena was the Fed Cena's. And he's going to go out on top. It's going to be an absolute celebration of his career, much like this entire run of his retirement has been. And I also say that with the caveat that I don't think Okada needs the rub. And I can't see them giving it to a New Japan. If it was like Tanahashi versus Uemura, or Tanahashi versus any of the younger guys, or even Tanahashi versus Aaron Wolf, I probably would have picked the up and comer. But given what this match is, the comparison other than Cena is the Sting retirement, where it's like, okay, the Bucks don't need the rub from Sting, and that's kind of where I'm going with this one. And does World's End play into it? I'd say so. Like, I'm glad we were recording this after World's End. I think that was like by design as well. But I also think, Tanahashi is going to take this one.
So I think it makes all the sense in the world to compare it to the John Cena retirement. Not only that they are alongside each other, sharing 2025 as their last active year. And I don't know if people listening to this will necessarily feel this way, because it probably depends how long you've been following wrestling or what you are following. But I think you'll probably agree with me. John Cena and Tanahashi are tied to one another. They were the like you say, the parallel to one another. Each Fed's not only top babyface, they were compared to each other. It was a match that people were calling for years. It was like Cena Tanahashi. That would be a dream match. I never understood it. Top babyface.
I still am.
Yeah, Mike still wants it.
Yeah.
and even beyond that, there was like this comparison of a top babyface that people like versus a top babyface that people don't like that was going
Hmm.
on for
Hmm.
so much of John Cena's career. Now, again, I was on the forums. I'm very geeky about this stuff. I was talking to people who would make those comparisons, but they're definitely tied their careers to one another in my mind. They talked about in the same sentence for, a decade and a half.
Did you watch? So New Japan, it's on the English YouTube channel as well, but they put up this hour-long video like recapping Tanahashi's career,
Sure
and
did.
it's really good. Like I would say anyone listening to this should go watch that before
Yep.
this match just to get a context of it. But it also it carries out the entire career and has date markers on it, and it's like it is crazy how paralleled it is with John Cena, and the fact that they're retiring within a month of each other. And I feel like the celebrations are going to be completely different. I did like how Cena retired for the record. Like, I think that was the right call and everything like that. But, like, Fed Pilled fans are insane, and they just didn't get why that made sense. And
Well,
that was
and
a
the
whole
run
other
was horrible,
the
regardless
run
of what
was
you thought of the
absolute dog
ending.
shit.
Like,
Yeah, and Tanahashi's run has been fantastic.
well, yeah, it's so funny because in some ways I feel like we already had the run. Like when he gets the Never title, I feel like that's the Tanahashi still has it run, and that's like
Yeah,
2019. But
yeah,
I've
no,
just
well,
enjoyed.
yeah, he won the G1 in 2018, and the storyline for that was does he still have it?
Yeah,
And now
exactly
it's
right.
7 years later.
On top of that, it's just impossible to not compare. Where it's like, can you imagine if they turned Tanahashi heel this year?
Dude, I've been sick.
They're just like touring him through. Ah, here you go, Kyoto. Last time you're ever gonna see the house
Yeah,
is packed. Because he did change the business for them. Like I'm nervous for New Japan next year without Tanahashi's last match in blank. Because they already had some soft houses, and the Tanahashi retirement's what they were selling. But then he's just there telling them to fuck off.
dude,
Love and energy becomes like hated neutrality. He's just
it is
pointing at
it
people.
it is so crazy that I like just an absolute for the love of the game guy where like his last three singles matches before Wrestle Kingdom were like in a row facing I think it was Desperado, Hiromu and Kosei Fujita. And I'm like, man, like you have the biggest Tokyo Dome gate in history, and you're just gonna rip it 3 nights in a row at Korakuen Hall, like and like
Do you
risking it.
remember when LCD Sound System did their last show at Madison Square Garden,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
it sold out way quicker than they were expecting, and they just played small venues all across New York, I think for the 7 days leading up to it? It totally
yeah,
has that energy where Tanahashi's like,
totally.
the big gate's taken care of. Give me Toriano.
Yeah,
Give
yeah,
me, like,
yeah.
he's just doing these like one-up pop-up events. It's like, oh, did you know Tanahashi worked his last DDT match where he had a 2 to 3 falls with Risoki Taguchi.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
probably didn't
yeah.
actually happen, but I'm just like seeing these things that aren't even at New Japan events, and the Ace is there doing again his
Yeah,
last appearance in blank, and it's all
that's
really
why I
nice.
was. That's why I was thinking we were gonna get Tanahashi Nakamura at the Noah card. I was like, that
Right, I did too.
no, Noah bridges the gap.
I thought so too. So let's talk about a little bit what you said in the middle there, Mike, because it's exactly what I have written down as well, which is that as soon as they book Okada, my brain goes, well, Tanahashi's winning.
Yeah,
Because of everyone on earth right now who is an active wrestler, who needs the rub less than Kazuchika Okada? Literally, can you name them? In the dome
no,
against Tanahashi. He's beaten him plenty of times. He doesn't exist within New Japan. I still really wish they would have done Aaron Wolf Tanahashi here just because you're doing the like tiptoeing through a minefield thing for the whole match. Like, can you imagine the tension of Ace's last match isn't going to be his best match? It has to be, he has to be the Ace. He has to get this guy to his best, but he probably couldn't do it, et cetera, et cetera. It would have been very
Aaron
exciting.
Aaron Wolf's debut match being main eventing the Dome would have been so funny.
And
But yeah,
Tanahashi
like
has to get him there. Like that,
yeah,
he has
yeah,
to
yeah.
do it one more time. He has to be Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Yeah, but Okada getting it just says to me, it's like, oh, we're just celebrating the career. Like, this isn't like move a storyline forward. This isn't make a guy. It's just like, we're just
It's in a
doing it.
vacuum. It's almost
And
outside
yeah,
of, because Okada is an outsider, like
yeah,
at this point. Although I do think this reopens the door for him to make some more appearances for New Japan, which he hasn't done since. So this
yeah.
still feels big. But what I love about this booking, what I loved about it at the time, and I did actually find Tanahashi's last opponent extremely fun to think about. Really, I thought there were lots of good options. And I actually like landing on Okada, especially the
Hmm.
more I've thought about it, because I really think Okada is going to march out there with the will of a saint and say, let's do this. Let's do it one more time. Let's add one more to the catalog. I don't really think he did that with Kenny. I don't think Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada 5 lives up to their feud at all. I think it is many points shy of whatever they captured in those initial 4 matches. I think Okada is going out there to try and make this an Okada Tanahashi match worthy of their catalog, because that's the level of respect he has for Hiroshi Tanahashi, the man who made him. So that's what I'm watching for. I think Tanahashi's winning. I think that I'll just say that I know they've booked out an immense amount of time for Tanahashi, the match, and what's going to happen after. So I know you and I will be watching together, shed some tears with my brothers as we watch the Ace, throw it up one more time. I cannot wait for this main event. How long do you think it goes?
37 minutes and 28 seconds.
Whoa! I say 19. 19 and a half.
19?
Yeah.
That's pretty low. You think it's going to be shorter than Mox Okada?
I think Takeshita, Tsuji are going to go move spam, blow the roof off, 45-minute zany mode right before them to give them the space to let Tanahashi just sort of sprint and give what he has over something shorter.
Interesting. Well, I'm glad we differ in that, because we can't agree on everything, or else
finally one of us has to be right.
Yeah.
Let's move on to that semi-main event. Konosuke Takeshita defending the IWGP World Title against Yota Tsuji. Mike, we'd finally done it. The car took some detours. It ran out of gas. We got a new car at one point. We turned on the car. Everything has happened, but we are finally seeming to be at the point where one of that class that we mentioned before, Yota Tsuji, Yuya Uemura, Shota Umino, Ren Narita, and Gabe Kidd are positioned to become the guy in-house. Because Takeshita is not that. He is something that has like bridged the gap. He is of this generation, but he is not an in-house New Japan guy. I see a lot of discussion of people thinking that they are going to keep the belt on Takeshita here. I do not claim to be some sort of great New Japan prognosticator. I am simply looking at this as I would any other wrestling. And I just do not see how, with retaining any sort of booking credibility, you have Takeshita beat Yota Tsuji here. Mike, what am I missing here? Why are people thinking, hey, no, they're going to keep going with Takeshita?
It's so weird, but it's also just Gato, you know? Like
right.
It's like that's all it is. It's like, I want Tsuji to win this. I totally forgot this was for both belts as well for some reason. Like the global title is just like such a non-factor in my head that even though I was there live for the creation of it, or the destruction of the U.S. title, that's just me flexing though. But
who was that match?
That was it was Ospreay Umino at Power Struggle, and then afterwards David Finlay comes out with his like big like fucking Waluigi hammer.
That part I remember.
Yeah. So all that said, I am picking Tsuji. Like, I think I'm gonna go against the internet grain here, because I just also can't see Takeshita being a double champion. Because he's just not in New Japan enough, and like if you're locking down both of those titles, then that kind of just like really like tightens, like it's just not good for booking. And I also really think that like Yota Tsuji, he's gone back. He's standing on business, as the kids say, where if he wins the title, he's gonna bring back V4, which is the old belt that everyone loves. And he also said he's going to combine the lineage, which means before every title match, we're going to get pictures of Brock Lesnar and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Which we deserve.
Which, like as punishment for just like existing as Japanese wrestling fans. But I think that's kind of what people want as well. Like, I think this like new title experiment, the title itself has grown on me, like physically. Like, I do like how it looks compared to when it was debuted in like 2021 or whatever. But it's time. It's time to bring New Japan back to like kind of like its heyday when people like really dug it. And I think Tsuji spearheading that. I think it's time. I do think it's time. But also it's Gato. You never know. Like it's kind of like. Okay, I'm gonna go on like a bit of a meta rant, a bit tinfoil hatty.
Oh, I love this.
So whenever an AEW star gets used, right, in New Japan, like I think in the early days when it was like Mox kind of opening the forbidden door and like Jericho, it was kind of just like them being like, this is what we do. But like now it's like we're in a partnership, there's negotiations involved, and like I don't like I have no insiders in New Japan. I would love to have insiders in New Japan. Me and Walker Stewart would DM every now and then back in the day. But like you have to think there's some sort of like, okay, you can get Okada for the dome, but Takeshita's getting a title run out of it. Like
Okay.
that's kind of like the negotiation that I think would happen. But it's all beneficial to New Japan at the end of the day because like Takeshita is a homegrown star, or homegrown as in Japan, not fed. But I'm just kind of thinking like, what's the deal? Like what's being worked out here? And so that said, I do think Tsuji's still in it, but like it could be like Takeshita holds the title for X amount of time and walks out of the dome as champion still.
If
So,
I
but
were to make the case for Takeshita, what you're talking about at the end there is what I would make, which is, and this is my opinion, I just don't think Suji's the guy. I
mm,
like his look. I wish that it was more clear that he had like he has none of the goodwill from Lij, which really should have been transferred to him via Naito, and I really feel like that was a stopgap. I like his matches generally until the end, where I feel like he just goes psychotic and does everything, and like it just his idea of what is cool at the end of a match. I prefer more two exhausted guys dying for like their last blow, and
mm-hmm.
he's like, no, 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 actually Super Saiyan 5 now. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
and Takeshita could fall into this camp too. Osprey, lots of guys, and I think it's fun, but I really think Uemura from that class, or really you just wait around for the next guy. Is Aaron Wolf ready? Is because I don't know, like the push of the V4 and the lineage brought back in, all things I'm for, by the way,
yeah,
all in on that. But Suji to bring that back feels ham-fisted to me. I don't. Him with the V4, he doesn't feel like the guy who should bring it back. Now, again, he'll get the goodwill from me for doing so, but I'm just not buying it with Yota Tsuji. But he has a chance here to really fill that space and be the functional work rate main event for this card, in
yeah.
my opinion.
I know what you mean. This is also a rematch from I think the G1 semifinals last year.
Okay, yep.
And I remember that match was an absolute corker. Like I
Nice.
think it might have been my match of the G1.
Cool, cool.
In 2024, I believe. And was it 2024? Yeah, Takeshita was in 2024, I believe. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. This is a rematch from some point where it ruled. And yeah, I know what you mean about Suji, but I'm just kind of like a, if not now, then when
Yeah,
sort of guy. Like
they
sort
get
of
points
thing,
for
but
doing something and going with
yeah.
someone. I've been calling for that
And
for ages, so.
I think like I would honestly go as far to say that strapping up Suji now is like kind of less risky than strapping up Takeshita after the G1 in terms of like what
I get what you're
you
saying.
like what you're anticipating of a champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I'm picking Suji.
And I will also, but it seems that this will be very fun to watch because I think both guys are live for reasons that we've laid out.
Mm-hmm.
And now, boy, I never thought I'd say this. Arguably, my most anticipated match of the night
You're a sick freak.
is an evil singles match, Mike. In the Tokyo Dome, the leader of the House of Torture, alongside Dick Togo and Don Fale. So you're ready. Three hitters here. So we're off to the races. And they are versus known quantity who we all love. I'm joking. The debuting Olympic judo medalist. The future of New Japan, or so they hope. Everything is on the line in this singles match for the Never Openweight Championship as Aaron Wolf challenges Evil for it. Mike, I have bad news for you. My expectations are not in check. My expectations are not aligned with where they should be. My expectations is that Aaron Wolf is Japanese Kurt Angle. Because why else? They have to know at this point. He's been in the dojo. He's doing press with Tanahashi. Like they know. They know what Aaron Wolf can do. We don't know. And they're putting him in such a big spot. Did you see all the Japanese morning shows? It's Tanahashi and Wolf. That's who's doing the press. If he sucked, there's no way they'd be doing this. I'm expecting him to run in, belly to belly, Evil over the top rope to the floor. What's the judo throw? The Uriah Goshi on Don Fale. Whoa, hip toss on the 500 pounder. and then take out a gun and shoot Dick to go, cleansing us of the air. This is what I'm expecting because this is what they're telling me, Mike. Have I lost my mind?
I think, yeah, no, I think
they know how good he is.
I think this is a very, I would imagine as we speak right now, they're probably rehearsing this match beat for beat.
Yes.
And I think it's no surprise that they're giving Aaron Wolf evil. Like, my initial prediction for this match was Zack Sabre Jr., and they'd lean into the technical, like the more judo-y aspect of
territory.
Yeah. But they're giving him a storyline worker who is notoriously a heel, very easy to get babyface pops when you're against the House of Torture, allegedly. And I think Aaron Wolf in a sink or swim situation will swim. Will he win the gold medal in swimming, much like he did in Olympic judo? I don't know. Probably, I think he'll get there. I think he'll cross the finish line. I think the Kurt Angle comparison, while unfair, is also totally fair, just based on the
pedigree,
the background. Yeah, exactly. It's just that's kind of what it is.
They're
right?
taking an Olympian and they're saying, "Hey, he's in our main event scene now." Obviously, that's not main event. They're not saying main event scene, but he is a player on our biggest card making his debut. This is a match obviously set up for him to throw around these losers and win a title. I don't expect a lot of match here or even a lot of questions answered. I think they probably want to keep a bunch of intrigue around him. But yeah, I'm sky high expectations.
I also think we have to reframe our Western booking sensibilities in this, even though House of Torture is probably the most Western stable in
but
Japan.
I know what you're gonna say here. This is true,
but in the sense of you hot shot a guy to the title, there's fan resentment, Western fans are fickle. But if we are led to believe this narrative that we've been told, I obviously was not living in Japan during the Olympics when Aaron Wolf won a gold medal, but he is portrayed as kind of a bit of a national hero in that sense. He won a
household name, we're told.
Yeah, exactly. So, for the domestic fans, this is going to be a feel-good moment that everyone is going to love. Hopefully. So if you remove the wrestling lens from it, or the Western wrestling lens where, oh, this guy's not ready, sort of thing, it's probably going to be a sick moment, and it's going to... I think Aaron Wolf will deliver, and I think he will meet the expectations of what they're expecting from him. Because also, if he sucked, they wouldn't put him on the card.
That's what I'm saying. They know where he's at, and they're putting him in a title match.
Yeah.
They know. They have the info.
I think Evil's going to be proving his worth on the roster for this one.
Yeah, no one groaned when this was the matchup, right? And that's utility of Evil.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this one, obviously.
But I have Aaron Wolf winning as well.
Yeah, well, and actually, that's what I thought you were going to say when you were saying the Japanese booking or Japanese tradition. Whereas, if Aaron Wolf was against a babyface here, you could see it being a no, you're going to have to earn your spot. We're going to beat you down for a while situation. Mm-hmm. But I just don't see that for more heat on Evil. It doesn't seem.
No.
Very excited for this one. Don't think it goes longer than 10 minutes bell to bell. But I'm a New Japan fan, so I need Aaron Wolf to work out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This last class didn't.
Yeah, well, do you think Aaron Wolf is in the main event next Wrestle Kingdom? If he just crosses the finish line in terms of work rate. I the thing is that's the other thing about Evil. He's not a work rate guy. Aaron Wolf needs to prove he needs to go 40 minutes with fucking. It's not going to be Okada, but who's the guy there? 40 minutes with Zack Sabre Jr., 40 minutes with Goto, 40 minutes.
I was going to say Goto, yeah.
Yuya Uemura. Aaron Wolf needs to have a sick G1.
I was about to ask if you think. I don't think he's in the G1 this year. That seems
he's a never open weight champion. Do you think he's going to win the belt and drop it before the G1 and then not be in it? Every main guy in New Japan is in the G1.
If I'm him, I'm pretending to be injured a couple weeks before. That's a big ask.
Callum Newman was in the G1 when he was
but I didn't want that either.
Born. Yeah.
So either way, I think we're seeing a new never champion at the end of the night. So does Mike, and I think we're both very excited for the prospect. Can you imagine if Aaron Wolf just falls on his face? That's also exciting in its own way.
This is kind of like Aaron Wolf being like what he is like kind of one of the most exciting prospects of this card for me.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I said it's arguably my most anticipated match on the card.
Yeah.
And now the four-way match determined the number one contender for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Chip. Three guys I like, one guy I don't. It's El Desperado, Kosei Fujita, Taiji Ishimori, and Sho. Can you guess who I don't like in there, Mike?
I mean, and I'm pretty sure it's Show.
That's correct. You'd be right on that one. Not a ton to say about this match. I really feel like they've done wrong by El Desperado. I don't think his overness matches his booking at all. I would say the same for Douki, who these two guys just feel like they should be. Do you remember Douki before his injury, how over he felt?
Yeah, and Douki is the champion.
I know, and it's just not on this card in a singles match against Desperado. Like, shouldn't that just be the full circle moment here? Or even if you wanted to crown Fujita, this could be the spot. But yeah, I find this booking here really confusing and not beyond. They want to have a four-way match at Wrestle Kingdom. Why is the champ not involved? And why is it not? If you're not going to have the champ involved, or sorry, if you're going to switch format, do a singles with the champ involved, and put some focus on some guys who have proven to be able to be over.
Have you? I'm on the New Japan website right now. Did you? If you are, they kind of like justify why Doki's not in it.
Oh, what do they say? This is great.
This is word for word. Faced with three challengers, Douki bowed out of the match, saying that Sho, his stablemate, would have to step in to determine number one contender. Whether Douki is upset at the harsh odds should he have defended the title, or simply feeling trauma at his injury inside the Tokyo Dome against Desperado in 2025 is a matter of some debate.
I appreciate that they addressed it, I guess.
Yeah, but how sick would this match be if Sho was out, Douki was in, and it was just a four-way for the title?
Like, considerably better. Just I don't know how to say it. Way more interesting. Yeah.
Oh no, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say I feel like Douki is one of the most underused guys on their entire roster. Their junior division feels like it could be in sort of a. It's never going to be like Renaissance feels like too strong of a word, but it could be having a moment right now, and it just isn't.
But Douki returning as a heel in House of Torture after just like that injury to all like his fanfare. He was like such an over baby face.
We talked about it in our Dominion review. Just really non-understandable choice, I thought.
Very stupid. That said, I have Kosei Fujita winning this. I think he's going to be the next junior ace. I don't think that's a crazy prediction. He's been talked about being the next junior ace for quite some time right now. And this match is probably going to be a bit of a corker, some House of Torture bullshit. But everyone in this match can go. Sho being in House of Torture. Do you remember in like 2018 when we saw like everyone was just like Sho's the next guy?
He actually felt like Taiji Ishimori to me, where it was like, wow, this guy's actually jacked and an insanely good worker.
Yeah. But then Sho joined House of Torture, and he's just been
disappeared
ever since.
Go figure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't have a ton to add. I think that we can expect high work rate, lots of excitement. Mike's on Fujita. I'm actually on El Desperado here. I still think that they want to have that feud for the title in a more meaningful way than they have. And I could see that. The lack of... I feel like there has to be some sort of card coming up where they're going to do Zack versus Goto and Despy versus Douki, because these just feel completely unfinished to me.
I just wonder if this is New Year's Dash. Like the winner just gets the title shot the next night.
I think there's a very real chance that they might stack New Year's Dash, because aren't Zack and Oiwa
the tag titles are at the New Year's Dash. I wonder what I'm gonna look up. What you preview the next match? I'm gonna look up what venue they're running.
Great, thank you. Up next here, I'm excited for this, the 10-man tag team match, where it's the Bullet Club War Dogs all heading out the door. David Finlay, Gabe Kidd, Drilla Maloney, and then joining them, Shingo Takagi and Hiromu Takahashi, in a team that makes no sense except that they're all beast. So then these guys could probably all just look at each other like, yeah, all right, you can team up with me. And they're taking on, Mike, Andrade El Idolo, Callum Newman, Great O'Khan, and the returning Aaron Hanare. Let's go, my most improved wrestler of 2024. The man who was in my match of the year 2024. The man who drinks his own piss returns to add his ruthless aggression, and I'm not talking John Cena. I'm talking a guy who is actually ruthless with his aggression. I am so happy to see Hanare back. This team rules, dude.
It's crazy. Just as a quick aside, they're running the Budokan for New Year's Dash, which is 10,000 more cap than Otis City Gymnasium, which they ran last year.
And they usually run the gymnasium, don't they?
They usually run Korakuen. They've done the gymnasium. Anyways, you know what I'm trying to say. They got to put butts in seats.
Yeah, they need some stuff.
Anyways, yeah, Hanare being back is crazy. Andrade El Idolo being one of the mystery partners is also insane, especially because of his like loose LIJ ties.
Yeah.
I don't think Naito is going to be X. For what it's worth, that's kind of like the rumor that's swirling around.
Well, I don't even know if it's a rumor. Naito's wrestling at the Noah New Year's show, right? So he's there in Japan.
Technically not.
Right. Sorry, yeah. It could be anybody in a silhouette wearing a hat making a fist.
Yeah, partnered with Bushi. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. So I think that there's reason to think X would be Naito, but would they really just throw him in this match?
It's also so I don't think it'll be Naito because like it's so like there's too much storyline involved for it to be a one night thing. You know what I mean? It's just like okay, like Naito's back facing his old stable for like no reason, and then he's just gonna disappear off into the night, and like that's the lasting impression. Like if Naito re-signed and he was doing like a run, I would say like maybe like, but also like what's the point of bringing him back as a heel? Like I know you're a Naito's health truther, but like in terms
he's fine.
Of yeah, but I don't think bringing him back as a heel who can like barely see or walk or stand is the move here, because
I don't need to do any of that stuff. I just need him to wrestle. And here, let me throw this your way, and I'm not saying you're wrong, but just to tease your brain here. What if the run he's coming back for is teaming with Andrade El Idolo in their old tag team against the tag team on the other side, Shingo and Hiromu? It's LIJ versus LI.
Yeah, but I also don't think Andrade's having a run.
You think he's a one and done here?
I think he's a one and done. I think he's back in AEW like tomorrow.
Good. I hope they're running him and Kenny on TV. And when Kenny said, I have some business to attend to, that business was some guy wailed me in the fucking head a couple months ago.
Yeah, I think they're gonna run back the exact debut, the surprise angle, but
Kenny attacks him.
No, I think they're just gonna do the exact same thing and not even acknowledge that it happened.
Runs in a fucking hammers him again.
Yeah, and just not acknowledge that it happened in October.
This guy keeps doing this to me. Or sorry, Kenny Omega. This guy, he keeps doing this to me.
I have no idea who X is gonna be. Like, part of me, like the absolute fucking like big brain in me thinks it's like Kyle Fletcher, like just some kind of like
I was gonna ask if you think it's Mark Davis or Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah, a United Empire like thing. But also the last time that New Japan had an X, it was for El Phantasmo's Open Challenge, and they advertised it, and it turned out to be Hartley Jackson. So I don't really have a lot of faith in their ability to actually deliver something crazy.
Shots fired at Hartley Jackson, I guess. Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
the Hartley Jackson.
He made the card, so good for him. But yeah, I don't know. Did you preview the? Sorry, I was locked in on New Year's Dash. You didn't preview the unaffiliated team, did you?
I did.
Oh, did you? Sorry.
No, that's okay.
I heard the gushing over Hinare, and I was completely like, oh, you'll need this at United Empire. Yeah. So on the other side,
I said everyone's leaving about that team.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah. They are.
Even Drilla? Or are they gonna make Drilla the leader?
I think Drilla's gonna stay, because I think he can't be exposed as being like 5'6" to the Western world. But no, I think this match is gonna absolutely rip. Like the hardcore element. Like I think last night was Gabe Kidd's Wrestle Kingdom in a sense.
I mean, what a match that was against Darby. Yeah. Holy moly.
Unbelievable. But like I think he's gonna hit his spots and like let the other guys take any of the hard stuff. But I am looking forward to this match, and I understand why it has to be 5 versus 5. I haven't watched much of the United Empire's heel run, but a lot of fanfare online is saying that like Callum Newman's actually like kind of killing it, and I'm happy for him, because I think he he like the ongoing conversation with him is that he's just kind of like diet, like super diet Osprey. So if he's carving his own path out of that, I am absolutely for that, because I do think he has a lot of potential. He just needs to put on like 30 pounds of steroid muscle,
Which is easy, and everyone should do it.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, speaking of 30 pounds of steroid muscle, I'm happy to see Hinare back as well. But yeah,
all to his head. It's a really dense looking skull.
I also think this match has sleeper match of the night potential.
Wow, that feels like high praise.
Yeah, I mean, like everyone in it can go for better or for worse. And hopefully X is someone who's good. Not ruling out Roosh either.
That was actually, man, we were in sync. Roosh and Aussie Open, who have I written down as options to show up here. Get Roosh on a plane to Japan. He doesn't seem to like to travel too far from what I can tell, but I'd love to see him, obviously. And to really help with the connection between those guys. I think that team is winning, though, Andrade El Idolo with the United Empire. Like I said, Hanare's back, and him, Callum Newman, and Great O'Con, at least, are all absolutely sticking around, whereas I think at a minimum, Finley and Gabe Kidd are on the way out the door.
Yeah, I do think
I want to linger there for a sec, though. Dave Finley in AEW. I asked the Discord today what they thought of that. And I was basically the only person who was like, I'd really like him there. Where are you on David Finley in AEW? Want to see it, not want to see it? I mean, he feels WWE bound because the brother and dad are there, but just as a thought experiment.
I think he'd be fine in AEW. Like, I think it would be hard to like picture where he sits. Like he strikes me as a come in, quick like TNT international feud sort of guy, and then probably just fall down like Ace Austin's in the Bang Bang Gang, apparently, like that sort of vibe.
I was thinking much higher card as like a heel for John Moxley on this Continental run.
Yeah, like probably like a pay-per-view cycle, but like it's just the classic like David Finley is, we have Jay White at home, and Jay White is in AEW. So that's kind of just where that sits for me. Like, I mean,
is Jay White in AEW?
I mean, he's coming.
He's signed to AEW.
Yeah,
I feel like he's wrestled for what, 4 months total in AEW. I'm serious. Like, how many total combined months of Jay White in AEW have we gotten? It's obviously not 4 months, but
no. But like,
it's not satisfying at all, especially given how much I loved him and Hangman.
The injury bug has bit him for sure, but I think he's when he comes back, he'll be a top card player because he just is. Yeah, David Finley, I think he'd slot in like kind of like where Eddie Kingston is, but like on the heel side, like that sort of vibe. But I do think he is Fed bound. I think I think it's just kind of the writing's on the wall for that.
They're gonna call him Finlay.
Yeah.
I also think this one's gonna cork.
Fitter Finley.
yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
One more down the card. I can't say I have a ton of knowledge about this. Need our pal Sludge Williams or Maddie Mack to fill me in. Seiya Kamatani challenging Syuri for the IWGP Women's Championship and the Strong Women's Championship in a winner-takes-all match. Whoever exits this match will hold both of these titles. I am very limited on how much Syuri I've seen, and I've seen less Seiya Kamatani, who I know people love. So yeah, I'm excited. This is exactly for me. Someone's going to be watching Wrestle Kingdom and excited to see people that I've heard buzz about. I think I've seen 2 Syuri matches. I just hope it gets some time on the card. I feel like I've said this about women's matches on New Japan shows before, and then it's like an 8-minute match. I'm like, well, okay, I don't really learn much.
Yeah, I remember there was a Mayu Iwatani versus, I think it was Kairi the other year. Right. Where we were like, oh, fuck, this is sick. And then it got like 6 minutes. And then Mercedes Moné debuted with her crazy New Japan theme, if you remember that.
I missed that theme, dude.
Money.
It was money.
Yeah.
That theme is sick. I remember the first New Japan Strong show she showed up to. I think maybe the theme just hadn't registered with me in the debut. And I believe her next appearance, if I'm not mistaken, or at least the next one I saw for them, was a New Japan Strong show in America.
Yeah.
So they're just in this like 2-lit barn. And money. I'm just like, this rules. This is so weird. Bring it back.
Yeah. So I'm in the same boat as you, not knowing too much about Syuri and Seiya Kamatani. All I know is that both of them have incredibly high stats on my TEW save, so they have to be good.
Okay, all right, that's a good sign.
Saya Kamitani did win the Tokyo Sports MVP Wrestler of the Year, like not just women's, but like Wrestler
And I
of
think
the
she was the
Year.
first
Full
woman to do so,
Yes,
if I'm not
correct.
mistaken.
So there's a lot of hype. There was also I'm kind of I could be misremembering, but I think there's like this like really legendary Stardom feud where she retired someone this year.
Okay.
I'm absolutely showing my ass on knowledge on this.
That's okay. If you're listening to this and you know this feud, DM me on Discord because I want to watch it.
Yeah, and it was who do they she retired Tam Nakano
Okay.
this April. Yeah. And apparently it was just like absolutely one for the ages.
Awesome.
So a lot of hype around her, and I actually have her winning because of all that.
Love it. That
Yeah.
makes sense to me based off of the knowledge you've just told me. I'll predict her too.
Yeah, sick.
And now, Mike, we're going to preview one more match, and then we're going to play a little game.
Okay.
This match, while surprising that Chris Brooks gets not only a singles match on Wrestle Kingdom, but a shot at a title versus El Phantasmo for, of course, the New Japan World Television Singles Championship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited about this. I feel great about Chris Brooks, even though I watched a match of his earlier this year that Discord was buzzing about. I didn't like it as much as them, but I feel really good about him. Do you have any wrestlers like that where you're like, I just want success for this person? I can tell what he's doing. He's like grinding it out over there in DDT, sometimes serious, sometimes jokey. He's kind of big. I'm happy to see him get a big spot here, Mike. I don't think he's going to beat El Phantasmo. I don't think they'd have an outsider do it, but I don't know how we arrived here, and it makes me happy that we did.
Yeah, I'm excited for this match. I haven't been exposed to as much Chris Brooks as I probably should have. I'm not a regular DDT watcher, also, even though I probably should be.
No one is. No one watches.
Yeah.
You try to download DDT, like, oh, it's 7.5 hours. What?
Yeah. And then it's like half
Fighting in a refrigerator in what's called a cold microwave match. It's two guys you've never heard of. They're both in loincloths, and one is called Big Hat Terry.
Yeah.
What is going on?
And then at the end, it's like Kanose Takeshita versus Tetsuya Endo.
Yeah,
like
exactly. Because Yasuada Higuchi is going to put on the best match you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Kanose Takeshita at the end of this fucking song and dance.
Yeah, I'm excited for this match just for exposure to Chris Brooks. I think Chris Brooks probably knows that this is the biggest stage that he's going to be on and get those eyes on him. El Phantasmo always seems to deliver. It's a TV title match, so it'll be like 15 minutes. It'll be go, 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 and it'll probably be sick.
Zoobs, Blake, and I are doing our research right now for our Wrestling Brain Stu Hart Award, where we talk about who had the best wrestler, or sorry, the best year of Canadian wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sort of a weak year for them, to be honest. And El Phantasmo's year, I've looked at it a lot. He had some very, very consistent year for him. Like, not massive highs, but no lows either. Like a good year for LP.
Does Kyle O'Reilly beating Mox just shoot him to the top of the conversation?
Let me tell you, it got him on the list more than anything else he did this year. By like, it rocketed him into prominence, especially on a softer year. So
just like a 3-week run. Anyway,
look for that the coming weeks on the paywall, behind the paywall. Mike, there's the Rambo before that, but what's there to break down besides it's a piss off that Goto and Yoshihashi?
Well, so it's not before it. The El Phantasmo and Chris Brooks is on the kickoff, and it's not even a Rambo. It's a Rambo for the never openweight 6-man tag team championships. So they're not even doing the
sentence was confusing. It's not a Rambo. It's a Rambo for the never openweight 6-man tag team championships.
Yeah. So it's not the traditional pre-show Rambo.
Yeah, it's teams.
Yeah, so it's teams of 3. I think they did on Wrestle Kingdom 12 when we went there. They did a bit of a not a Rambo style, but like a Casino Gauntlet style. Yeah. Not even a Casino Gauntlet style, like an Elimination Gauntlet style.
That's right.
But yeah, so that's actually what's opening Wrestle Kingdom proper.
Okay, I didn't realize that. Makes a lot of sense for a TV product, I guess. You just see a zillion guys, people like this.
Yeah, and like it does technically get everyone that should be on the card. Man, this picture of Oscar in the preview is not doing him any favors. Sorry, I'm just looking at it right now.
You're not speaking ill of my tag team of the year, the Knockout Brothers, are you?
Oh, dude, it's great. Fucking Yuto Ice, and I've been calling him Jacked White because he looks like Jack White, but he's like huge.
That's not bad.
It's not too bad.
For a second, I thought it was a riff on Jay White, but then I was like, Jay White's ripped too, and I was like, oh, Jack White, not bad.
Yeah,
shout out Ryan Shapp in the hardest podcast to podcast.
Yeah, I feel like I live in that podcast these days. But I don't even know who the fucking 6-man champs. Oh no, they are. It's Toru Yano, Yo, and Master Wato, just as we all predicted. And I don't know who wins this. I think, yeah, there's the one
team of Bolton Oleg and Bishamon has legs. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I mean it's sick, but like it's just like, is that where they're gonna be? The one thing of note is that Shota Umino, Yuya Uemura is teaming with this guy named Kaisi Takechi, who is a DDT wrestler. But he's also like a J-pop star
and quite a big star.
Yeah, like he's known.
He's in DDT most of the time, right?
Yeah. He's a member of the J-pop group The Rampage from Exile tribe.
I'm all for eyeballs on this stuff. You want to be a famous pop star and then go work like small Japanese federations? I love this guy.
Yeah.
We were talking about it on the Discord the other day. I want to be a big fan of his. Maybe get a shirt. Is the music any good or is it horrible?
I don't know. Probably solid. I have no measurement on J-pop. It's just like, does it sound like an anime theme song? And I'm like, yes, come in.
Right.
That said, they might have him win. You know, like
why not?
Shooter and Yuya aren't like nothing.
No,
they're actually quite something. And plus, with like a celebrity rounding out that trio, it also gives them something to do. Like, I do think eventually down the line, like, Shooter's gonna turn heel. I've been like fucking fool me once though.
Mox is going on vacation too.
Yeah, exactly. And so maybe that's something to like just kind of spice it up. So yeah, I'm gonna pick Shooter, Yuya Uemura, and Kaisi Takechi for the Ranbo.
I love that. I'm just going to say that doesn't happen because maybe Takechi can't work the New Japan Trios Champ schedule, and I'll say that this is a match just made to make Bolton Oleg look like a monster in front of a big audience. And,
the New Japan Trios Champ schedule of not existing and no one knowing you're champion.
Well, touche. One, correct. You are right, but you still are on the Odd Row 2 show. You still have to show up to stuff. Yeah, 250,000 Instagram followers for Mr. Kasei Takechi.
Yeah.
But then probably on Japanese social media.
Do you know that Okada was a trios champion when he left?
I do know that actually.
That's how much they just like don't care about these titles.
Yeah, so maybe. I mean, it would be smart alongside those guys. He has rubbed to give those guys, which is almost embarrassing at this point.
Yeah. But yeah, so for like just to run down the teams, I guess, Toru Yano, Yo, Master Wato, Shooter, Yuya Uemura, Kaisi Takechi, Goto, Yoshihashi, and Bolton Oleg, Zack Sabre Jr., Ryohei Oiwa, and my favorite, Hartley Jackson.
Your top guy.
Yeah, my top guy. Togi Makabe, or X as they call him. Makabe, Tiger Mask, and Ryusuke Taguchi. Yuto Ice, Oscar, and Clark Connors, which I think is we're going to get a showdown with them in Team DK, and I think that's going to be sick. Tomohiro Ishii, Taichi, and Satoshi Kojima. Not a bit of a dark horse pick, honestly. And then Ren Narita, Sonata, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Just getting everyone on the card. And hopefully this is going to go 15 minutes max. It'll be a sprint. But I'm a sucker for Rambo, so I'm going to enjoy it.
If I was to watch a documentary about any one wrestler and get like the real goods, Sonata is on that list.
Yeah, dude.
That's a career that is
like a real what could have been.
But like yes, I almost don't even know that encapsulates it though. Yeah. Okada's rival, IWGP champion, entering wrestling, like so much, and now he's just trio guy in the Rambo, and that's been the story of the whole year. Then anyway, crazy.
Yeah,
Mike, we're gonna play a game now.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use the Mercedes Moné New Japan theme as its intro music, so please look forward to that, folks. But I'm very excited for Wrestle Kingdom, and thank you for jumping on for this, Mike. I love talking NJPW.
No worries. I love it
but
too.
Now, New Japan, as of this morning, has released 4 Tokyo Dome special menu items.
Oh, baby.
I'm going to tell you the wrestler, and then with no information, don't you dare look him up.
Yeah, I'm stopping.
I saw this guy typing. Mike is going to have to guess what the food associated with the wrestler in question could be. No information. I expect him to go 0 for 4 here, but it'll be fun to try. Let's have Mercedes Moné play us in. Or go ahead, Mike.
I'm putting my hands up to show.
There we go. He's you're on camera. Don't you forget. They're gonna see. All right, let's listen to the fantastically weird Mercedes Moné.
Money. Money.
Hey, I heard Yudo Ice listens to that one in the car.
Yeah,
All right, Mike.
Rules. Okay.
Let's start with the only one I think you even have a prayer at getting. Mike, what type of food is Hiroshi Tanahashi's cafeteria item at his retirement show?
I don't even know. Like,
So they're selling. So it's a stadium food. So you're within the realm of this is a food
so
you'd buy in a stadium.
It's going to be some kind of like hot dog, I think.
I love that guess.
Like a I don't know. I thought you'd be naming the food and I'd have to match the wrestler, not guessing the food.
No such luck.
Yeah, no. So it's even harder. I'm gonna go with like a novelty long hot dog that has like it's kind of like let's say like Kewpie mayo, seaweed flakes, and bonito flakes, like kind of like a Japa dog sort of vibe.
I think a really good guess there, Mike. I'm going to give you the point. The Hiroshi Tanahashi hot dog.
Fuck yeah.
Nice
that
work.
Looks great.
Yeah,
that looks fantastic.
I think crunchy onions. Is that is that noodles of some kind?
Yeah, noodles. I would not have guessed noodles.
Noodles.
It kind of looks like yakisoba on a dog with ketchup and mustard.
I'm in on this.
Yeah, dude.
I'm eating the Tanahashi hot dog. Mike, somehow.
That looks great.
1 for 4. Giving you the point there. Very nice work. Again, I thought that's one you had the best chance at, the Hiroshi Tanahashi hot dog.
Yeah.
Now, let's see, Mike, if you can get a much weirder guy, maybe less predictable. 2 items here, which makes it even harder. Ooh. For Toru Yano, one of the 4 people getting featured food in the Dome, is Toru Yano, Mike. And I also saw that there's a party you can go to the night before, hosted at his bar, which I must have to think is an incredible time.
Yeah, so he is a bar owner, so I'm thinking it kind of ties into the bar food. So I'm going to say he is going, like, absolute shots in the dark here. I think he's going to do some kind of, like, fried fish sort of vibe.
I like this. I like that.
Like kind of like...
Fish and chips kind of deal.
Yeah. And then, like... And let's say like he sells DVDs with it, like it comes with like a Toru Yano DVD. And then for the second item, I am going to say like a novelty sized drink that is basically filled with like whatever a Toru Yano version of a Strong Zero is.
Mike, I'm going to give you half points for this one. Not dead on. It's fried chicken and hash browns.
Oh, okay.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
That looks good, right?
I'd eat that. I'd eat the shit out of that.
You're at Toru Yano's bar the night before Wrestle Kingdom. You're having Asahi, a non-alky for you.
For $7.50 as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's
pretty good.
A very fair deal. Now, I think fish and chips sort of vibe out the gate. Fried chicken and hash browns. You're in the zone. I'm giving you a half point.
I mean, I'll take that. Fish and chips, and then landing on fried chicken and hash browns is so funny. Like it's like almost there.
Yeah, it's both so close and so far away. But a half point. And again, I think it reminds me of going to Japan. I'm like, even the bullshit food they're handing you looks good.
Yeah, no, that looks great. I'd fuck that up for sure.
I'd eat it right now. All right. Only getting more difficult, Mike.
Okay.
Now, 1.5 points. I'm going to say the guy on this list you probably know the least about. Ooh. And on top of that, I would say I'll say this is a hint, a deeply surprising choice to associate with this guy. Togi Makabe, one of the 4 wrestlers to get a signature item.
Do you know why he's getting a signature item?
No.
He's a celebrity chef.
Oh.
Like that,
amazing.
That's what he's known for in Japan.
That's amazing. Okay, thank you for the clarity, Mike. That makes a ton of sense.
Because of this, I think it's going to be a slightly higher brow.
I think that's probably a good place to start. Yep.
I'm gonna say Togi Makabe's special Tokyo Dome Stadium food is going to be. Let me give me. It's gonna be like. I'm also like trying to I'm trying to meta this, being like, did I notice anything at the Tokyo Dome that could have been like
Right.
what the food stand was?
I
Like
will tell you this is a sweet good.
I was gonna like, okay, I genuinely like, I'm not even because you gave me that hint.
I believe you.
I was thinking like, so he's like the gorilla, like a gorilla mask full of like soft serve ice cream. Like, you know how they do those like the baseball
Mm-hmm,
helmets, the
mm-hmm.
novelty ones.
I
So
love this.
that's kind of where I'm going for. So it's going to tie in the gorilla aesthetic somehow with soft serve. Is
Well,
my guess.
let's take a look, Mike. I think we're gonna give you the point here. I think you're getting 2.5 out of 4
Wow.
minimum. It's a whipped cream iced parfait.
Okay.
Now, no
Okay.
gorilla mask. That would be extremely cool. I'm with you. Now, what are we dealing with here, Mike? At the bottom here, I'm gonna say that's nuts.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like some kind of nut thing, and then in the middle there's like is the whipped cream,
Yeah, that's
and
just pure whipped cream.
and in the top you get like a lemon vibe.
Yeah, lemon ice cream scoop.
Yeah, yeah, with like some kind of like lemon drizzle, sugary drizzle on it.
Because I'm telling you, this looks good to me.
I
I
fucked
would,
that up.
because I imagine you put the spoon in and you stir this all up,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. And imagine just crushing that after some fried chicken and hash browns.
Yeah. This look,
Would be
I'm
really
making
good.
myself hungry doing this. Like
Yeah.
these items, all good so far. Mike, I think you're deeply overperforming here. 2.5 points as we.
I think I'm deeply overperforming as well.
Well, let's go for the last one. Maybe the zaniest guy on this list. What would Hiromu Takahashi signature item be inside the Tokyo Dome?
Okay, so this is going to be a like a really like a really rainbow novelty like Slurpee. Like kind of like, like
Yeah. A
like
Starbucks rainbow unicorn
yeah,
drink.
yeah, or like, when you go to 7-Eleven and you do like depending on your region, it's either swamp water or a screamer. A screamer actually has ice cream in it,
Yeah,
technically.
Screamer is slushy and ice cream, right?
But that said, I can't see them doing too. I was gonna say too sweet. Two sweets. Yeah, throw them up. But I'm trying to think of like it's no. You know what it is? It's gonna be takoyaki. It's going to be
Oh,
because like it has like the eyeballs and
the
it's like
tentacle
kinda, yeah,
jacket.
yeah,
I see
yeah,
the
yeah.
vision, Mike. I
I
absolutely see the
I'm
vision.
gonna lock in takoyaki, even though I think it's probably wrong.
Mike, I loved both your directions. I feel like both the items you made would be more appropriate for Hiromu Takahashi, who gets the most normal food here somehow. Cheese hamburger steak curry.
Hell yeah! I would not have guessed cheese hamburgers.
No,
Looks great.
oh, I'd eat it. Make no mistake about that. I'd love to get this at an arena. You know the curry's gonna hit. But
It looks comically photoshopped. Like the patty with the mustard is for sure just like enlarged.
I just don't know how you get from Hiromu to here.
No, I don't either.
There, nothing about this screams time bomb to me,
No.
even remotely.
Even though after eating it, your guts might be a time bomb.
Hey, no. Mike, 2.5 out of 4. I thought you were probably going to go 0 there, and that's not an insult to you. I think anyone would have gone 0 there,
I
blindly guessing the foodstuffs.
I
Got on a
I
really good track there with Tanahashi, thinking the staples, the classic.
yeah, I mean, you gotta have the hot dog.
Eat it. All right, that will do it for our Wrestle Kingdom preview. Now, if you want to know where it's airing in your time zone, don't worry. I have adjusted the calendar inside the Discord to accurately
fuck yeah.
reflect the actual start time of Wrestle Kingdom. So you can just go check in there. It'll show you where in your time zone Wrestle Kingdom is starting. I hope to be watching with all of you in the Discord. I'll be watching with you, Mike, in person. I believe with also Shap and maybe a couple other friends. Really excited for that.
Hell yeah. So I'm stoked.
Continental Classic season into Wrestle Kingdom really is the best wrestling time of year. That is just God. And World's End, I thought was in a really nice spot. I like the Saturday between Christmas and New Year.
I just cannot believe people make match of the year end lists before World's End.
I do
It's like I'm just like, what are we doing? You just gotta wait the day. But
it's
yeah, no,
just that the schedule is hard to do because you're into the next year already.
Well,
And
yeah,
you're into
exactly.
Wrestle Kingdom, and you're into
Yeah.
the next thing. But I agree, Mox versus Fletcher would be an example of maybe why not to do it, or even Gabe Kidd Darby. But yeah, if you're getting 95% of the pay-per-views under the umbrella,
Yeah.
fine to me. And Wrestle Kingdom, you get at the start of the year. If Wrestle Kingdom was in December, I actually feel like I'd do it differently because it feels like that's where a match of the year contender is more likely to happen. But since that starts the year, I feel a lot more guilt free about doing it.
Do you think the Continental Classic should be in like April and lead into the All In main event? This is just like this is now it's just conversation.
Yeah, but I understand the line of thinking. I like it where it is, but it is true that like that you get a world title shot for winning the Owen, but not for the Continental Classic doesn't make a ton of sense. And
hmm
leading into All In, yeah, maybe switch the two. I don't know. I kind of
Yeah,
like it
yeah,
where it
yeah.
is though. The ending the year with the Continental Classic is cool.
Yeah, it's
So I
nice.
guess I'd keep it, but I do understand the utility of what you're bringing up for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's fucking sick. And then, we get to celebrate New Year's and then it's on to 2026 and the matches of the year. Actually, this is an interesting thing that we can use to wrap up this. There isn't like a standout, this might be a match of the year potential that we have on Wrestle Kingdom every year.
You mean not like yeah, certain
Yeah,
no, like you I guess you'd look to Takesh Tsuji for this?
yeah, maybe. Like last year we're like, oh, Kid Omega's gonna deliver, and I think the year before we probably had like a nice little we had Danielson Okada. It's like
I think it
that's
was
worth
Shingo and
something.
Takeshita was on that card too,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
end up getting there, but was one that we had all circled
Yeah,
for like.
exactly. And the year before was Osprey Omega.
Yep, yep.
So I think
That's a
this is
good
like
point.
this is the first Wrestle Kingdom in a while where I mean maybe Aaron Wolf is insane, but
They know. They know where he's at. They put him in a
they
big
do know.
spot.
Yeah, but so yeah, that's like kind of like my closing statement on this, where it's just like it doesn't seem like there's like an actual,
And maybe
uh,
that is part of people's now again, Kid Omega was on Wrestle Dynasty, so
yeah,
but I view that as night two of Wrestle Kingdom, really.
hmm
So yeah, maybe that is part of what people are feeling for the lack of enthusiasm. Again, no big Gabe Kidd, Zack Sabre Jr., Goto singles matches.
hmm
Uemura again probably be very welcome to for like a barn burner singles corker, but again has a different vibe than the years before. But I think we all will remember Wrestle Kingdom 20, and more fittingly than ever, I hope you all have a good week. I hope you're all excited for Wrestle Kingdom and love and energy.
energy.